3 births I've been at, and, you know, people talk about the miracle of childbirth is rank. 3 of the worst days of my life. And you know what? I don't know how many times something has to happen before you sort of accept that it might not be a miracle. I mean, it does happen a lot. At what point do we go, actually, I think it's a fairly everyday occurrence, do you know what I mean? Plus, I'm not actually convinced that it hurts as much as everyone makes out. Now, listen, save your indignation. Why don't you wait until I've said my piece on this, all right? The reason I'm saying that is a few years ago, I was blocked up for about 5 days. I took a pill and I took a shit that was bigger than our 3rd son. Right now, I think the pain's comparable, and you can't tell me that it wasn't, because you didn't take the shit that I took. So don't tell me that you know what I went through, all right? Anyway, this is my problem with the birthing process, all right? When my wife gave birth to each of the kids, and credit where credit's due, she's done a lot of the work there, but each of the kids, this is what happened. My wife gave birth to each of the kids, and then the midwife came over and, like, presented us with the afterbirth. Like it's a main course or some shit, right? So I'm stood there with my wife, she's given birth to the baby, I'm looking at the baby, I'm looking at her, I'm saying to her, can you tell me why he's so fair? Right, and then the midwife comes over and goes, the afterbirth. Now, the first 2 times I just accepted it because I was caught up in the euphoria of having a kid. But the 3rd time I thought, I need to find out what the shit is going on here, right? So I said to the midwife, can you explain to me why it is, every time we have a baby, one of you comes over with the afterbirth, like it's a bottle of Merlot, right? And presents it to us. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? Like, yeah, that's great. I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. The midwife said to me, I'm so sorry. The reason we do that is because it's extremely important that the afterbirth has left the mother. So we're showing you so that you're completely satisfied that it has in fact been ejected. Because apparently otherwise, in 10 years' time, you might be out with your missus. And she goes, do you know what, Rom? I don't think that is the jail phrase. I think that might be afterbirth, right? And then, dude, the midwife starts checking it in front of us. I don't know, we're checking if there's another kid in there or something. They're just checking, right? And I'm looking, thinking, I mean, that is... Ugh. I mean, that is right next to where my phone's charging. I mean, there is no way I'm ever going to use that phone again, dude. You need to find some tongs and throw it in a fucking furnace. We're already getting excited about Christmas at our house. It's very difficult at our house when it comes to Christmas because I can't pretend to be Santa. Because I've got a lazy eye. So it's just... the kids just don't know which one I'm giving a present to. Do you know what I mean? It's just very difficult. Anyway, I've digressed massively. I'm in Starbucks, all right? I'm in Starbucks. I'm having a coffee, right? I'm on my laptop because I need something to look at. Right, I can't just drink a coffee and just... You know these people? I just like to watch the world go by. That's what I do, just people watch. You're a psychopath. That's what you are, right? So I'm on my laptop, I'm on Facebook. Do you like Facebook, mate? Of course you do, brother. You know my favourite thing about Facebook? My favourite thing about Facebook, and your favourite thing as well, is when people you know hit rock bottom. I don't think I can go on anymore. Like. sometimes unlike it and like it again just so they get the notification, do you know what I mean? Still watching! One of the other things I like about Facebook is the fact that, you know, I'm an unattractive man. There is no point denying that, all right? I'm an unattractive man, but I've not got unattractive as I've got older. I've always looked terrible, right? I set the bar low early doors. Now, that sounds sad, but what that means is that I'm liberated from the aging process, right? Because I am never going to look worse, and I've never looked better, right? My life cycle is look like shit, look like shit, look like shit, dead, right? Incredible. But what I like to do is I like to, basically, you know the people in your year group at school, the people that were the hot ones in your year group? They were so hot they didn't bother to develop a personality because they were so good looking. They were never nice to you because they're so good looking. Then all the teachers were great to them because they were good looking. What I like to do is I like to go on Facebook, find them now, and check out how they've decayed. I send them little passive-aggressive messages like, "Is that you? I barely recognised you." I'm not worried about getting older. I'll tell you why, I'm a dude. So much easier for blokes to get older, man. It's a piece of piss. So easy for us. I feel sorry for women. For women, it's so hard. When women are young, they want to look older. When they're older, they want to look younger. For women, there's only really like a 45-minute period in their lives where they're comfortable with where they're at, right? And that shit might happen during a lunch break. Do you know what I mean? Just come back to the office, oh my God, you should have seen me at Subway. There's all that and a bag of chips with the dips. Just withering away. God, I suppose I'll just go back to Zahid. I said to him, make it 4 stars at least, you know? No, I'm joking, man. You seem like a legend. I'm not worried about getting older, man. Do you know what I'm worried about? Putting on weight. I mean, I look like shit. I'm very self-conscious about my body. Not so self-conscious that I'm actually going to change my lifestyle, but I am self-conscious about it. This is how bad I've got it. I woke up one morning, I went to the bathroom, I looked in the mirror, I was so disgusted at the chocolate blancmange abomination